morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. Let me talk about something a little bit more on a serious tip that we need to consider and we need to think about, because I'm sure that the court of public opinion is going to weigh in on this. What's been happening in the United Kingdom, Australia, and one from Alabama. Alabama, sweet home Alabama. Y'all know that song. But check this out. What's happening and what's taking place in this country right here is that we have a lot of white women that are going to Syria to join the jihadis, and they are now labeled as Jihadi Brides. Think about that for a second. And not only that, there's one that's in the news, the one from Alabama. She wants to come home now. She's repented, she's sorry, blase, blase, blase. Now, what's the skinny on it? The skinny is, what can America try her on besides renouncing her U.S. citizenship, crying wolf, blase, blase. I know some of you, your heartstrings tug. She was just young. I mean, she made a mistake, and we should just let her come on back in the country, and that's because that's all the information they put out there to you people. But let me give you a little bit more information about this one from Alabama, this white woman from Alabama. They went and married one of these terrorists, or let me go ahead and let you in on it. She married one of the terrorists, and he died, one of the jihadi terrorists, and he died in the war. She turns around and gets married again, and he died in the war on terror. She gets married a third time, and he dies in a war. It has already been stated that she had said that it did not trouble her or bother her when she walked past a garbage can one day and saw a head in there. You know, head laying in a garbage can. Watch this. She also was on a video calling for death to Americans on Memorial Day. Death to Americans. Now, do you want her to come on back home? You see, when you don't have all the information, it's hard to make an informed decision. But not only that, it gets even greater. Watch this. She's done all of a sudden done had a moment. I've been wrong. I've been all this. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you know why? Since Syria has done basically turned into squalor, and she's living in a camp as a refugee with in deplorable conditions, I might add. Very deplorable conditions. Conditions very unfavorable. Very unfavorable. And I'm talking piss and crap camps. Now, all of a sudden, after all these few years and stuff, and after many dead husbands, America's looking great to her again. Not only that, she ain't the only jihadi bride that wants to come home. So you got a white woman from Australia, you got a white woman from Great Britain, United Kingdom, you got a white woman from the United States of America, sweet home Alabama. And she's repentant, and she wants to come home. What is she? Is she just a young woman who didn't know what she was doing? Or is she a terrorist? My personal opinion is she's a terrorist. My personal opinion is straight up, she's a terrorist. I can understand maybe getting married once and all of a sudden it didn't work out, not like this, but to get married 3 times, walk past the garbage can and see a head in it didn't faze you. And now because you don't have all the resources that you used to have and all the pride and everything else, I guess whatever come with being part of a terrorist. I mean, what could the United States of America do? Put on a terror watch list or something? I don't know. But why bring her back in simply because she's crying now? I'm sure that her mama and her daddy, no matter what, wants her to come on back in the country. And that's how some of you parents out there are Pratt and born fools. Well, I may not like what they do, but I love them. Oh, yeah, you can always love them. But when are you going to allow these grown people to be responsible for their actions that they take and what they do? How's it that when somebody else goes out there and commit the same crime, you don't have the same attitude and the same judgment? Off with their heads is what many people say. Get rid of them, off with their heads. Let you get them right. Terrorists. But when it comes in your own backyard, when it comes and it's from your own family member, and it's your child that has done ran off with the jihadis and committed terrorist acts and is part of a terrorist camp, now all of a sudden we all need to be rational. Now all of a sudden we all need to slow down our roll, wait till all the evidence is, and just wait and see. What do you mean wait till all the evidence is? You can't get no more evidence than what I just got finished telling you. All you do is go right there on YouTube, you see it all. You'll see her crying wolf and everything. She wasn't crying wolf when she had 3 jihadis in her, though, did she? She wasn't crying wolf. The only time she cried wolf is when she has no more resources. Will America cave in and let her in? What do you think she ought to do? What do you think? You think she's a terrorist and she should never come back in the country? Would you let her back in the country? Ooh, and what would happen to her? I tell you one thing. This is the South. I want y'all to hear me here in America, because I know that many of you watch me and listen to me from many different places, not only in America and the world, but this is the South. I'm talking about Confederate flag flying, racism is still alive and well, discrimination, the whole nine. This is the South. She probably is and I'm going to be a little lenient on this. She's probably better off staying over there where she at than to come back to America, and especially her hometown Alabama, and knowing that she is already done saddled up with the enemy, the jihadists, and not only but once, but twice, but 3 times, 3 marriages, by 3 of them, and 3 dead husbands. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now that the court of a public opinion in Alabama, these people are something else. I'm telling you, these racist people, that woman is better off staying over there in Syria or Afghanistan, wherever she's at right now, than to come back to the South in the United States of America. Because if they find out and they see that woman has done been with terrorists and she done been married to 3 jihadists, oh man, she may not make it till the end of the year or next year if she was allowed to come back. The government would have to actually spend money to protect her, because that's the South. This ain't California, where you can run around and hug trees and kiss spotted owls and frogs and everything else, and then everybody else who is moral is insensitive, uncouth, and unjust. This ain't California where liberalism and stuff flies. This is the South. When they found out that one of their own is done turned and done supported the enemy, it's game over for that girl. Listen to me. If y'all don't get this video to that girl, you tell her she's better over there in those deplorable conditions, because her days would be numbered if she was to come back over here in the United States of America, and especially the South, and double especially, and I'm going to double down on this, sweet home Alabama. These folks ain't having it.